Hello everyone, welcome back. This is your model railway update over the last week. There's been some interesting announcements and some decorated sample photo reveals of some new models coming soon from a range of manufacturers and suppliers and across different scales. This will be a totally unbiased news update. I don't have any affiliate links and I'm not sponsored by any manufacturer or supplier to do this video. Remember to shop around for the best price too. So let's get into it and get you updated on the latest model railway news. First up, we'll take a look at KRModels, who make a relatively small amount of models in 00 scale. They've just released some decorated production samples of their upcoming oddball leader steam locomotive. Yes, this is a steam loco with an 0660 wheel configuration, which was a prototype produced by the southern region here in the UK. It's certainly an unusual model to produce, as there was only ever one produced in real life, although the model is coming in a range of liveries. These photos show the very early grey livery and will be offered in either no crest or early crest versions. As with all the leader models, they are available in either analog DC, factory DCC or factory DCC with sound. I'd suspect the sound file is probably just a generic steam loco sound set, but I might be wrong in that. But it does come with a heavy die-cast metal chassis with a central motor and twin flywheels and directional LED lights. An easy access plus 22 DCC socket is fitted as well. Since first announced, we've been told it's now also fitted with a Stay Alive as standard integrated into the internal circuit board. As well as the grey one, you could also opt for it in BR green with late crest, black with early crest, or even BR blue with yellow ends. Prices are £185 for DC, £215 for DCC and £295 for DCC with sound. Remember to shop around for the best deal. Sticking with KRModels and a simpler model this time, it's a new four-wheeled van in the form of this Great Western Railway Mica B refrigerated meat van. These are decorated samples of this wagon that's coming soon. Quite an interesting van with the notched ends and the steps and handrails. Looks almost like a German design. It'll be available in 8 different versions, really just numbering differences, and are priced at £30. They're going to be delivered either Q4 this year or Q1 2025. I'll update you as we get a firmer delivery date. Now JSModels next with a new model building in 7mm O scale, and it's a huge one, that's for sure. So JSModels produce a range of laser cut buildings and some accessories in MDF wood as kits that you put together yourself. The newest release is this impressive factory entrance, which is 227mm wide, with the central section being 368mm high. Overall depth is 83mm including the steps. One of the neat things about this kit is that it has an engraved clock face with separately cut hands, which can be positioned to display any time required, or you can actually fit a clock mechanism to have a working clock, although the mechanism isn't included in this kit. But still, that'd be a neat addition. It'll be available in either stone or brick finish, and the price is £55 for the stone effect kit and £60 for the brick one. You can also combine this with the already available extra low relief factory back kits from JSModels, which combined makes a factory that is 1172mm long. Wow! Available to order now direct from their website. Sticking at O scale, but now some news from Dapol. They have announced these, some new wagons in O scale in the form of the PFA KFA container skeleton wagons. We've been shown some CAD renderings which do look pretty good and show the detail proposed to be on these models. There'll be 2 types here, with either the Gloucestershire GPS bogies or the later specification VNH-1 bogies. The model will feature die-cast chassis components, a highly detailed injection moulded superstructure, different brake gear depending on bogie type, brass bearings, swing and draw gear, removable lens style coupling pockets, and many separately fitted details. It also has removable container location pieces, and that allows you to accurately mount a container, which Dapol offer in either 20-foot, 40-foot or 40-foot HC specification as extras. It's certainly going to be a welcome addition to modern railway modelers and will come in an impressive 12 different liveries and specifications. All of them have an RRP set already at £80 each. No delivery date set yet, but I'll keep you updated. Dapol are also in the process of reintroducing and refreshing the Kitmaster name, with it being called now Kitmaster Genesis. They are investing in some new kits in this range, which they boast are all manufactured right here in the UK. This was announced recently in O-Scale, and it's the low relief factory end door and hoist building kit. This is part of a new series of laser cut card kits from apparently the finest self-coloured card, and will include all the necessary injection moulding or 3D printed accessory parts, including the glazing, to complete the model. This factory building is based on one in Tillig in England and measures 302mm wide by 285mm high. This kit has an RP of £50. And very similar to the last kit, this is their next one. This time it has the offset flat roof section and no hoist doors. This is slightly less wide at 282mm, but it is taller at 292mm. It's also slightly cheaper than the first with an RP of £45. Both kits are in production at the moment and should be in stock with retailers soon. Hornby now, and some decorated samples to check out. First, it's the NBR Class J36060 steam locomotive, and we've been given this photo of the very distinctive Railway Operating Division khaki colour from World War I era. This is a model of a specific locomotive that was dispatched to the Western Front in 1917, so pretty niche. However, this is looking like a great model so far, and I especially like the fine handrails on the loco and the tender, although I think there's been some oddness going on when this image was taken out of whatever it had as a background in the photo. But that's not all for this loco. We've also had a new announcement from Hornby about 2 new liveries that will be available, and we've been given these 2 images. Both are British Railways livery versions, one in the black and number 65235 and named Goch, and the other a rather smart green colour and number 65330. So this green colour was a livery on this locomotive for only a short time on the real one, and this model is also going to be limited edition, so only a short time too. It's definitely my favourite colour option here. All of them have an RP of £194.99, but discounts are available. I'll update you when we get more information on these models, which are due at the end of this year. Also from Hornby, another model that's been very long in development is the Class 755, so-called Flirt bimodal multiple units in O gauge. We've been shown some new decorated samples of this impressive 3 or 4 car set. Now, I did see this at Model Rail Scotland back in February this year, and it was looking impressive then, and it seemed to be decorated back then, so I'm not quite sure what's changed since then, but it's still looking good and promises to have some cool features, such as advanced digital sound features that replicate the bimodal setup on these trains. I think this is a great model, something up to date and quite ambitious for Hornby, so let's see how it looks when it gets into customers' hands in early 2025. In terms of prices, the 3 car set has an RP of £399.99 and the 4 car is £449.99. But of course discounts will and already are available. You can pre-order from various retailers or from Hornby directly if you prefer. Also note these are all DCC sound versions. There doesn't seem to be a DC version just yet. Tillig, probably the world's leader in TT scale models, have announced some new TT scale wagons. It's a selection of 4 Deutsche Reichsbahn TDS swing roof wagons in the Get Ride markings that represent the wagon in Era 4 livery. The wagons come from the factory in a lightly weathered finish and each has different running numbers. And also there's a slight difference between them in that 2 are a different shade of brown than the other 2. They won't be available from the Tillig website directly, rather they are selling them only through their network of dealers. They certainly look good and would make an interesting addition to your TT wagon fleet. The price is set at an RRP of €49.70 in Germany, but of course prices will vary and I'm not sure there's a dealer here in the UK, so you might have to buy mail order from Europe. Irish Railway Models, or IRM, are up next and they have been having a nightmare. It's all about their Class 22,000 DMU, the intercity rail car. This has certainly been an ambitious project for IRM and it's been on the card since way back in 2022, but there's been some, let's say, complications, which has meant things have had to change. When planned, there was going to be 8 variations covering 3 car, 4 car and 6 car sets, and upon announcement there were some good pre-sales for them. And these production sample photos on screen now certainly look really good. You can see why they would be popular. But 2 things have complicated the production run and timing since then, and one of these has been the digital sound and lighting features. As these have seen exponential developments over the last couple of years, the original digital decoder setup would need to be updated, and this would significantly increase the cost of the models. However, they have overcome this with some clever thinking and come up with a new setup. Yet, this has caused a bit of a retooling, so it has delayed it a bit further. The other complication was demand, or lack of. As with anything made and shipped from China, there's a minimum order quantity to make it viable, and with the sometimes significant difference in design between different DMU sets and liveries, the decision has been taken to drop some variations from the production run. So if you've pre-ordered one of these, your order will be automatically swapped to an equivalent model in the run. There's obviously options to change your order or cancel for free. And sadly, prices have increased too because of all of this. However, if you pre-ordered, then IRM will honour that original price. Here's the new prices for the models, and there's still not a firm delivery date, although it'll be at least mid to late 2025. Still a way to go. While all this is disappointing to customers, it is really highlighting the complexity and hassle companies go through to ensure we get the best possible models, and I hope they finally get the ICR DMU completed. I'm sure it'll be a fantastic model. There is a silver lining to all this though, in the form of this, the little Skullfort shunter, which we have a decorated sample of now, and this will be included for free in every 6-card DMU pack. That's a neat little touch. Rapido UK are back with yet more teeny tiny wagons, and I'm sure they must be running out of these by now. They have released loads of them. It's another 4-wheeled van in the form of the LMS 12-ton, Diagram 1663 and Diagram 1832A types. The history of these vans is that the LMS started making these 9-foot wheelbase Diagram 1663 12-ton vans in 1924. They featured a sliding door, corrugated steel ends, and external steel cross-bracing at one end. The only real difference between the 1663 and the later 1832A was that the latter had different headstocks and buffers, a single ventilator bonnet at each end, and some variations of these vans also had roof vents. Rapido have faithfully reproduced these differences with these models, and they all feature numerous separately fitted parts, 3-hole disc and spoke wheel varieties, and brass bearings. A whopping 23 different livery options are available, and all are priced at $32.95 each, but again, discounts are already available. You can pre-order from the Rapido website now, but I've yet to hear of a delivery date. I'll keep you updated. And sticking with Rapido, we've been shown some production samples of their cute little Port of Par Bagnall shunters. Things are certainly progressing, and these tiny locos are shaping up to be a really nice looking model. Also, despite their size, they still come with a flywheel, and you can opt for factory fitted DCC and sound as well. The sound has been captured from the operational Bagnall loco called Judy, so it's totally accurate. You can buy these either singularly or as a twin pack, but if you opt for the twin pack version, there's an added extra. The models will come in a great looking presentation box, which also includes a postcard sized exclusive Jonathan Clay print and an illustrated booklet describing the history of both locomotives. What a great set that is. Finally, with Rapido, we also have these photos of the production samples of their forthcoming Evolution coaches. These are ideally suited to be run behind something like Rapido's soon-to-be-released Midland SDJR 440 loco. You can see here the extra metal and plastic parts added to the models and the different roof profiles. They also come with different windows, so you can model some half open, for example, and the underframes are really detailed and include parts to model either gas or electric lighting fitted coaches. And talking of lighting, they also have pre-fitted circuit boards offering realistic interior lighting using Rapido's Magic Wand system. There's going to be absolutely loads of livery variations, and they can be bought singly or in packs. You can pre-order now, and taking this one here as an example is priced at an RRP of $69.95. And that's it for this news update. Another busy week in the model railway world, loads of stuff there, and I'm sure more to come. Subscribe to keep up to date, and I'll see you on the next one.